Welcome to Conna Show. In today's video, we dive into 5 of the most bone-chilling horror moments you can experience at home. From mysterious noises in the dead of night to eerie movements in the shadows, these spine-tingling scenarios are sure to send shivers down your spine. If you're curious about these creepy home events, join us on this frightening journey. Watching in the dark will make it even more intense. Enjoy this type of content? Don't forget to subscribe to Conna Show and hit the notification bell to stay updated on our latest videos. A British family is haunted by a spirit named Freddy. Unlike many families dealing with paranormal issues, they have adapted to the haunting. They often ignore Freddy, laugh at him, or treat him like a mischievous. This unique approach has resulted in interesting videos.
Come on, Freddy. I know we call you Freddy, but we don't know what to call you yet. But we like it.
I think this ghost doesn't like being called the wrong name. It doesn't physically touch the can, yet it makes a noise and moves. They never call it Freddy again, at least not directly. I can't see how this is faked. There's no visible string. In fact, there's no string in any of their videos. Like this one. Watch as the phone lifts and slams down when she says hello.
Don't touch her. You don't have to touch her. No.
And later they turn the light on just to prove that it's not fake.
Come on. Put the light on. Put the light on. Look, the light is on. You can clearly see there is no fishing wire or strings.
If this isn't a ghost, explain how it's happening, because I don't know. It seems to hover. Most of the activity occurs in the living room while they are in the kitchen. Objects in the room move, as if Freddy is trying to attract attention. Besides the phone, this stock picture is a favorite, animated and suspended in midair.
You'll be alright. Oh yeah. I'm not lying, the picture is levitating. I can't.
Or someone might have been on a ladder off camera using a string in the last video, but I can't see it. In other videos showing the full room, there's a flashing red light, possibly a ghost leaving a voice message. They don't play. I would have liked to hear Freddy's real voice. On a different day, on the other side of the house, pictures bob up and down, curtains move, and the windows are closed, ruling out an external wire. The picture drops on its own, and when the mother picks it up, the overhead lamp swings. Freddy uses swinging lights to annoy them, despite no visible string. Lights swing harder, expressing Freddy's anger.
The door, Em. The door. Look at that. The door's never done that, ever. Wow.
No separate, no one touches the door, and nobody is nearby. At seconds, you should see a string, but even at half speed and zoomed in, no string is found. The door truly closes on its own in the window. Where objects always move, Freddy's outline appears. Some videos are easier to explain. Someone might be shaking the table from underneath.
What? The table's moving. Alright, stop that now. Look at the cat, look at the cat. I know.
While some videos remain unexplainable even years later, I would have liked to see the other side of this picture to check if high-powered magnets were used. Unfortunately, we'll never get the chance. It's intriguing that Freddy appears confined to the kitchen and living room areas. Something bad might have happened here, limiting it to these areas. Perhaps its anger will one day allow it to explore the rest of the home. In the meantime, they don't know what it is or what it's trying to convey, and their indifference only seems to fuel Freddy's determination to grow stronger and reveal his true form. Before I reveal what's in this box, a disclaimer: I'm not responsible for any consequences of viewing it. Now, does this doll make you feel different? Previous owners claim it causes headaches and profound sadness. Trying to ignore it worsens the effects. The doll, nameless or unspoken, induces a headache with a high-pitched squeal.
I'm sure she just moved then.
The doll gave me a days-long headache. Share your experiences. Unfortunately, the camera person sounds a bit down. She won't be doing the doll live stream tonight. Maybe the doll is affecting her mood.
Hey guys, just a quick video. We're not going live tonight.
While investigating, the doll's arm subtly moves as she mentions it. Later, in her room, surrounded by creepy dolls at 5 a.m., the baby's carriage moves on its own. The unnamed doll is inside, overseeing. A paper in front of the doll also moves simultaneously. I believe the doll has telekinetic properties, explaining its previous movement. The wheels wobble like someone steering, not pulling a string. It's been over 2 months since the last video. Maybe nothing happened, or maybe so much did that the uploader got rid of the doll, wanting to forget. This spooky thing happened on camera in Austin, Texas. A little kid wakes up in the middle of the night and somehow stands perfectly on the thin bars of his crib. This seems tricky for a toddler. Usually, they aren't that coordinated. Some folks say it's paranormal. I wasn't sure about this idea at first, but thinking about it, it does seem like the kid is leaning on something invisible. I have to say, the way he starts screaming is like something spooky is scaring him. He leaned over with his arms out. Unsurprisingly, he didn't fall forward. He looks around, seems scared, like he knows it's unusual. It seems he's holding hands with something, maybe a ghost, as there's no one else in the room. Then he falls backward, possibly pushed. I think it's a ghost because you rarely see a toddler keep balance that long, especially on the edge of a crib. Becky is the name of a cursed doll who always obeys commands. Her most recent owner is Jerry, and he claims to have formed a strong connection with her. If these videos are to be believed...
Okay, I got it recording now. Becky, if that was you, do that one more time, please. That was... whatever that was impressive. Make those lights light all the way up like you just did, and hold them.
And that wasn't just a one-time occurrence either.
Do that again, Becky. Turn out light yellow for me if you're here. Okay, that was green. Can you do yellow? Push a little harder.
Jerry doesn't go into any of her history, but she has piercing blue eyes and a serious expression that can make you feel nervous if you look for too long. She doesn't play well with others. She only likes Jerry. To further demonstrate, he sets up a Morty doll for her that she likes to push around. For fun, she's already done it once before tonight, and so he tells her to do it again, this time with the camera running for proof.
You knocked him off your shelf last time. Can you do it again?
The Morty doll has a big head, so maybe it's a little top-heavy and fell over on its own. Otherwise, Becky definitely pushed it over. A month later, he decides to test it out again with something different this time. He puts a smaller object in such a way that it would be very hard to push over. He tells Becky to do her thing.
Can you knock it over?
The doll thinks it over for a bit and decides it has an even better plan.
Becky grabs the spirit box and tips it over. I believe it might be her because the spirit box lights up right before it tips over, which never happened before. Perhaps Becky couldn't make the spirit box work and knocked it over out of frustration. Or maybe she was just messing with Jerry by knocking over something different than what he had asked for. Either way, I don't see how that spirit box could fall backward on its own, especially when the MF meter next to it remains upright. Despite this, Jerry keeps working with her, and soon, Becky seems to gain control over the spirit box and uses it to communicate with him.
Becky, are you here right now?
At first, Becky's voice is hard to hear, but it becomes clearer over time. Jerry discovers she's possessed by a spirit with a gruesome past. Later that day, he receives another scary response. To me, it seems like I hear Becky scream from a distance. Bear in mind, these recordings span weeks, and it's consistently the same voice. There hasn't been a single instance of a different voice through the spirit box. It's always Becky talking. It raises some intriguing questions. Also, not every encounter with Becky involves screaming. There's a moment that might seem tender if it weren't so creepy and weird. After weeks of building a close friendship, Jerry has a special request, much more critical than changing lights.
Can you come out and touch my hand?
A lone orb crosses past Becky and then floats directly into the center of his hand. Jerry wasn't expecting a serious answer, but it doesn't matter. He got one, and the bond is complete. He hopes Becky is a good spirit, but if not, it's a perfect example of how easily a demonic force can deceive. Unlike Jerry, I wouldn't invite a spirit with such abilities to touch me. This scary video doesn't seem to cause him anxiety, and it wasn't a one-time occurrence. Carmen's house is now even more haunted due to the lingering presence of its previous owner, a man who lived there for 50 years. The spirit associated with the mysterious spear shows no signs of leaving anytime soon. She continues to communicate with the apparition. It appears to increasingly comprehend her. The videos were captured using 3 different spirit boxes, and each time, the same male voice speaks to her.
I'm gonna turn this off and listen, okay? I'm gonna listen. Holy.
Also, just no problem.
Should we talk?
We should talk. I'm trying to talk to you. Is there a demon in my house? Can you tell me what color my shirt is?
With time, its powers increase, seemingly fueled by her energy and the attention it gets.
What's your name? I am the flashlight went on.
And after a while, it doesn't even need paranormal equipment to whisper to her at night.
Or night, as she opens the front door, Carmen encounters something intent on instilling fear in her. A shadow figure with demon horns looms over her briefly before vanishing. Additionally, unexplained lights follow her from room to room. Officially, I assume she was using a flashlight on the wall, but upon closer inspection, intensifying and then retracting, all while she isn't holding a flashlight. If this were random dust, how would you explain it emanating from the chest of a creepy doll and moving directly toward her camera? The paranormal activity appears to be escalating in intensity, and I'll provide updates on new events as soon as they occur, which I anticipate will be soon. Carmen gives the ghost considerable attention because, evidently, ignoring it puts it in a foul mood and leads to even more severe occurrences.